Welcome to Ask GMBN.
Yeah, a weekly show where we answer all your mountain bike questions, and we are going to get straight into it with this one for you, Neil. Sam Paramore is asking, what do you guys think of oval chain rings for MTB?
Yeah.
He has one on his bike, he absolutely loves it, and thinks more people should use them.
We get asked this an awful lot.
Yeah.
You see it on roads quite a lot. I know Chris Froome has a really weird, almost square chainring. Right. I've got one on my cross-country bike. It's good. It feels weird when you jump on it. It feels like there's a little bit of a spike when you pedal. Yeah. The one I've got is mounted to a power meter. You can actually use that power meter to tell you exactly how to rotate that oval chainring to get the best power. Mm-hmm. So it's supposed to sort of smooth out your power all the way through the stroke. I don't know, it's one of those things that's really hard to prove if they work or not. Right. I think if those top road riders are using them, then there must be something to it.
If Chris Froome's using it, there's got to be something to it.
I think so, yeah.
I remember back in the day, this is really early mountain bikes, Rally in the UK had a system called Biopace.
Biopace, I remember that.
And that was they had a lot of noise about it to begin with.
I don't know if this is the same theory. I guess it must be similar.
I think maybe, like you said, you can now adjust the position of it. I think that's probably the difference, because no one's pedal stroke is the same, are they?
We don't see it so much at the pro level, to be fair. I can't think of any pros using them, so mountain bike.
Well, I can think of one.
Wow, I wouldn't call myself a pro. An expert.
Oh, there we go.
Rory C. He wants to change his tyres to mud tyres for winter. His current tyre width is 2.2 inches, and the mud tyres I want to get are 2.25. Are they okay to get?
Well, I mean, if they're mud tyres, definitely a great idea for the winter coming up, because it'll be down to the tread pattern that's going to really make sure that it's throwing the mud out of that tyre and you're getting the most out of the grip and the knobbles on that tyre and the tread pattern. Width-wise, that sounds about right.
Yeah, you're not going up too much on that, so they're pretty narrow still. Remember that in the olden days, I used to run a really narrow tyre if it was really, really muddy, but that's racing downhill when you're changing tyres all the time. To be honest, now I'd probably run a mud tyre all winter rather than change them all the time. So yeah, sounds about
and really skinny mountain bike tyres on a full sus bike or something look terrible.
It does look weird, yeah. But I remember the old spikes, they'd be like that deep tread and about that wide. Proper aggressive.
RLJ21 is saying, what's the difference between a manual and a punch? And how best to do either on an EMTB?
E-mountain bike? Well, manual, I know what that is. What's a punch?
Well, manual on any mountain bike, whether you're on an e-mountain bike or not, is going to work fine. It's basically a wheelie with no pedalling.
It's quite hard on an e-mountain bike, actually, because they're so heavy, you've got to throw your weight massively.
Yeah, Scott was always against them.
Yes,
yeah,
true.
He didn't love the manual. And then a punch. Now, that's a trials move, basically. Right. So the best way to explain it is, when you get angry with another rider. Best way to explain it, if you've got an obstacle on the trail, that if this is your bike wheel length, that you can reach with your front wheel, you can punch the front into it and it will lift the back up. It's quite a tricky technique actually to master. It's a proper trials move, but it's really, really useful.
E-bike?
On an e-bike, it would maybe be a little bit harder again, because just timing the power of the e-bike coming in, making sure it's there at the right time, because if you timed it wrong and it was dying or not quite come in yet, the problem with the punch is this: when it works, perfect. When it doesn't, it goes the other way. Not nice. Don't like that. Yeah, then you punch your teeth out on the rock.
DJ Beast, can you guys do another presenter challenge or game of bike? Because I really enjoyed those videos. Can we put Doddy's skill to the test?
Yeah, and we had another one of them. Tommy Henrik Johannes Saranen said, can you do more games of bike? Well, we've definitely got to put Doddy's skills to the test in a game of bike for sure.
Haven't you done a game of trials thing coming soon?
We've got a game of trials coming. It's very funny. It was a little bit loose. I was surprised at the inconsistency of Blake and Doddy, but it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely one of those challenges.
Bit of a brute on the bike is Blake, isn't he, sometimes?
He is. He's all or nothing. I
love doing games of bike, so we can definitely do one again. But we've done one in the past with the legend that is Hans Rain. Love doing that. Check that out.
Well, it's been a great day on the trails, but there's always time for a game of bike, especially when you've got Hans Ray in the house. Got it. Okay, next question comes from Peter John. Now, this one's really interesting. I know you've looked into this before. UCI number plates and the colours of what is What means what? Because Peter's saying there are a few different number plate colours in Downhill World Cup. What do they mean? I've just trawled through the UCI handbook.
Yeah.
I can't find the answer.
Was it interesting?
Do you know? No.
See, I'm too old school, I'm afraid. Back in my day, there were no colours.
No colours.
It was all black and white.
No.
But I think the yellow one is for the team leaders. So if
Yes.
you've got a girl, a lad, a junior, and you're winning overall for that.
Yes.
But I think there's junior leaders and there's women leaders as well. So I don't actually know, to be honest.
I've seen pink number plates this year.
Well, we're asking the viewers. Let us know. We don't know.
One of you guys out there, we've texted Dan Brown. He knows, but he hasn't texted us back. So we're putting it out to you. Throwing it right back at you.
Adam Harvey, how come manufacturers on lower end bikes ship with a front mech? Shouldn't a one-by system be cheaper?
That's a good point. You're actually getting less material. So it should be cheaper. That's true.
I think the problem is, like most new-ish mountain bike technology, it always starts at high end. So you get SRAM XX1 or the really expensive stuff, and that does trickle down to like their GX.
Yeah.
So then it gets cheaper after, so it might start showing up in cheaper than that group sets. But at the moment, it's still cheaper to get a 3 or a 2-by system.
And at the end of the day, if you really think about a 1-by system, really the really clever technology is in the cassette. That's where it's really leapt forward. So you can make any 3-by or 1-by, but you will not have the selection of gears you need to ride in a really good way. So maybe that's why. Don't know, but
Very true.
I follow your thinking.
Lots of people ask about their older 3x7 bikes. Can they make them 1-by? You can, but you're not going to get a cassette big enough, so it's going to be hard work.
Absolutely. Okay, next one is from Faux 3 Mix Matte. What sort of options are there for light XC-ish shoulder protection? Like something you could wear all day, but not too motocrossy downhill looking. So, midway protection, I guess.
I know what you mean. There's quite a few of those available. I know 661 do one with it. You know, the D30 material, that soft, pliable stuff. And it's just a vest with shoulder stuff on it. So there's definitely a few lighter weight, traily protection systems like that around.
Yeah, and that stuff, D30 is incredible stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so supple and so much movement. You smack it with a rock, it's solid.
Oh, God. Okay.
Absolutely brilliant.
Ryan G3, why do downhill mountain bikers not remove their seat to reduce weight as they don't sit on them?
Well, you really, really do need your seat. When you're riding downhill fast, you use your seat for a balance point. You lean against it in corners, on cambers.
They will sit down, not very often, I would say, because definitely on the shorter tracks, you'll still up sprinting.
Yeah.
You'll need it if you make a mistake and slip a pedal.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And it's just not enough weight to think about getting rid of, to be honest.
Yeah, but it is an important part of the bike. It's not just about sitting on it, but it's an interesting question. So let's take a look at our video that really did delve into seat down versus seat up. So take a look.
Oh my God, this is not a good idea.
Time for quickfire round.
Let's do it.
You got your guns with you? The average kid, will you do another hardtail week?
Oh yeah, for sure. We love doing Hardtail Week. It was great. Yeah, very popular and went down well. We will for sure. AJ Fawaz says, can you drill a hole in a carbon mountain bike frame to run internal cable routing?
People do it. I've heard of it. I wouldn't myself. There's no way I'll be taking a drill to a carbon fibre frame. If you do it very, very carefully.
Yes. It's a no from me.
Something TX cheesecake. Hey Martin, can you do a video about skills to master in a wheelchair? Respect.
Yeah, why not? I could do wheelies. It's pretty much wheelies.
I've seen a lot of that from you.
Wheelies, that's basically what you do in wheelchairs. That's what they're for, isn't it? Abel G. Michael says, can you make a tutorial video on how to backflip on an MTB? You know what? We haven't done that yet.
We keep talking about that.
It's a lot of fun. We've definitely got to do it. Send you boys into a foam pit.
I've done one a long time ago. Blake's done them. You've done them.
I've done them. Let's get the old wheelchair backflipping, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
I could do that. Lean back, innit? Actually, that is a backflip. You just lean back. They're actually incredibly easy.
Winterfell 71023. Can I ride a downhill track or hit bigger jumps, sorry, didn't make sense, with a 170mm enduro bike? It's a YT Capra.
Yes.
Definitely. 170mm, definitely.
Definitely. MX Rider 2-stroke says, can you guys do a video on trial bikes? I've done one.
2-stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one coming.
I've never ridden a trials bike.
Oh, you should. They're fun. Yeah, we've got one coming, a pro bike on a proper comp trials bike. Look out for that coming soon.
Adam Turner, can you make a video on dual or four-cross racing?
Well, on dual we could do that
Dual
at
slalom.
CI.
It's
It's
so
really
good.
tricky. It's tricky to find these days.
Four-cross is sort of... I don't want to
It's
say
got its
dull.
own World Cup circuit.
Yeah.
A lot of riders who really love the sport, they're sticking into it, but it doesn't get the coverage it maybe deserves. But I think they should bring back dual racing because it was great.
It is so much fun.
They did it at Whistler. I was watching it and I thought, what's wrong with this? It's great.
Yep.
Don't get dual and style though. I don't understand. Speed and style. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Doesn't make any sense. Okay, and last off one here. Archimedes says, this one's for Doddy.
Oh dear. Have him.
Can I use isopropyl alcohol to clean discs? Well, Neil, can you answer it? Because Doddy's not here.
Probably.
We need Doddy for that one. Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's our chance to help you through a technique or a skill you're trying to master. And this week it's Jordan FC with a bit of jumping. Neil, what can you tell him on this? Take a look.
Jumping. Good pop from the front wheel. Loads of high. It's a pretty big jump.
It is a big
Obviously,
jump.
you're a bit ski Sunday. Your front wheel's up in the air, but your back wheel's quite low. So that's what you need to work on. Your front wheel actually clears the jump.
Yeah.
And if your front wheel clears into landing, then your back wheel could if you actually angled your bike right. So just try and work on that rear wheel lift. And that is all about standing up. As soon as you've taken off, stand up a bit taller, get a bit further up and forward, and that's going to pick your back wheel up. And then you'll clear that jump. Lovely. And
you'll be flying.
Well done.
Yeah, it looks like you've got absolutely tons of speed as you come out of that landing as well. So it's definitely a big old jump to be doing. So good effort. Thanks, Jordan, for sending that in. Now, if you've got something in your riding arsenal that you would like to fix or tweak, then send us a little video of your riding to ask@gmbn.com. You can follow it just there. And yeah, we'll take a look. You could be starring in this video next week.
I don't know if I've got a riding arsenal.
You have.
Click on the logo to subscribe to the channel if you've not done that already. And over here for a jargon video with Blake, it's very funny.
Yeah, and click over here for finally your chance to see 7 things you didn't know about carbon fibre.
It's a good video.
It was worth waiting for.
Give us a thumbs up.
Do it.